Hello, everyone. Right, this stream should be working okay now, since I'm on a hotspot. Thanks to my dad for getting a hotspot set up. I'm not really into that sort. I'm not really into that. I'm not that technical with the Wi-Fi sort of stuff. But yeah, um, I'm just going to tweet that I'm live. Hello, Indy. And welcome to the stream. There we go. I'm done. Right, yeah. So about my news to share. The news that I have to share is that just today, just a couple of hours ago, more specifically 4 or 5 hours ago, I can't believe it was that long ago. I went to a certain place by the name of Cosworth. If you don't follow my socials, then you won't know that that currently I'm in England right now because I'm going to the British Grand Prix, but I've been to the running some early morning of 2021 right now. Cool. I've played a bit of that as well, but here's some of the pictures from my visit earlier today. Absolutely incredible. Just looking at them now, and the reflection of the computer is absolutely amazing. I'll go back a few. Some of the engines that Cosworth used to run in Formula One, and some absolutely amazing stuff in here. And most of that I can show you the majority of what was uh, shown. But yeah, this is definitely the best picture. Me in the cockpit of a former Formula One car from the 2000s. Inside of it's actually well, if you look on the outside, you can see it says Eddie Irvine, which is pretty cool. And then you just got that handsome young man behind the cockpit. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And there's also some pictures of me with uh, uh, what were they again, Dad? The
Piston.
the piston. That was it. A picture of me with a piston and two other guys next to me.
From whose car was it?
From
Senna.
Bruno Senna's from 2010. It competed in a Formula One race. That specific piston, and I am having a good time, and I am enjoying even though I haven't even though the Grand Prix isn't happening, even though I'm not going to social until tomorrow. I've still had a good time so far. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick live stream saying that I've been to Cosworth. I've had a really fun time. As you saw on my socials, I posted quite a lot of stuff about it because I was that happy about how it went. It was absolutely fantastic, and I totally enjoyed it. There was hardly anything, if anything, that didn't go well, and everything was better than what I expected it to be. So basically, what happened was, well, this is what I can tell you anyway. I went inside, and straight away, a bit of history in the lobby, just casually a Jaguar Formula One car, and the person who got in touch with me, Francis, just said, do you want to go inside the car? And I did go inside the Jaguar for a wee while. It was that's the thing. It was Eddie Irvine's car, so it was built to fit him. It was genuinely a car that he had driven before. Well, from what I know of, anyway. And I only just could fit in it because of how broad my shoulders are, and when I went inside of it, it's so difficult to get inside of it. But once I got inside of it, I've stretched my legs out fully, and I could feel the brakes and the accelerator. And every time I pushed down on it, it made like a squeaky noise.
It's the brakes for you.
And the brakes and the accelerator. And then after that, we went through to a auditorium, and there was loads of basically there was just a row of engines lined up. Um, and the first one was from the 19. It looked like it was from the 19. I think it was from the 1950s, wasn't it? Because that was when Cosworth was founded, all the way through to the most recent engine in 2018. And I can definitely, I'm allowed to say that it's a sort of replica of the engine that's in the Aston Martin Valkyrie,
Okay, yeah.
and I'm allowed to say that, of course, because that's a very very public thing. Cosworth was involved in that, and we also just kind of just talked about Cosworth's history in Formula One and just in general Formula One, about how Cosworth were around with Stewart, Jaguar, Red Bull, Lotus, McLaren, Tyrrell, Williams, and drivers like Stewart, Clark, Hill, the list goes on really. And then we went to a couple of different workshops. I'm not really allowed to see what's in them, but Cosworth makes the F2 engines. No, they don't. That's Mechachrome actually, Indy, but they used to be involved in Formula 2 with guys like Jim Clark driving cars with Formula 2 engines in them. And actually, some F1 teams did compete in Formula 2 with other cars. So, for example, Ronnie Peterson won the 1971 Formula 2 championship, and he was driving a March, because that was the same car that he was driving in Formula. It was the same manufacturer that he was driving in Formula One. Of course, different spec, of course, because he had to use a different spec due to regulations. But yeah, that's Mechachrome that makes the Formula 2 engines. They're sort of part of Renault, and Cosworth. I mean, they are involved in a lot of stuff that I cannot talk about, but they are much more involved in Formula in stuff than what meets the eye anyway. That's all I'm gonna say. And we visited a couple of different workshops where engines were being built, and that's all I can really say. Then we also went to uh, where it's basically where they were manufacturing some parts. They were manufacturing prototypes basically, and manufacturing parts of cars. The engine more specifically, of course, because that's what they're most famous for. And I also got to sit on the wheel of an Indy car, because Cosworth used to take part in IndyCar, and it was absolutely amazing. And the man who I was with was called Bruce. He sat on the other front tire, and he designed the engine in the very car, and he said it was his best thing he'd ever done in his career. On level with one thing I can mention, the Valkyrie, and the other thing I can't mention. Um, and we talked about the history of the car that was there, and talking about how Michael Andretti, Kenny Brack, and Adrian Fernandez had won races with the Cosworth engine, and it was absolutely surreal being there. I got to sit in a Formula One car, talk to someone who's been at Cosworth for more than 3 decades, and talk about and look at some of the engines as well, including the Stewart engine that won the 1999 Nürburgring race in Germany in Formula One. And I also got to sit on the front wheel of an Indy car, which was absolutely amazing as well. Those were probably the best things that happened. Hardly anything that happened was bad. Nothing that happened was bad. It was only good stuff that happened, and it was an absolutely amazing experience that I'm never going to forget. Not only because I got loads of pictures of it, but also because it's probably been arguably one of the best experiences I've ever had, and that's going to continue throughout this weekend with my first Grand Prix ever have. With me going to my first ever Grand Prix, and to also go to an event which I can't really mention right now. Maybe later, maybe next week. I can definitely mention it next week, however, as it'll be on social media by then. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. It's just a quick live stream, just to have a quick update on what's happening at Silverstone. I'm going to get a lot of the footage, as much of the footage as I can get anyway, from Cosworth, so I can make a separate video on that, and also add also add parts of it into the blog, which I'm doing for Silverstone. So the next part of the blog will come out probably next week. I don't know when it'll be next week, but it'll be sometime next week, hopefully. And also get the Rootsman video out by next week as well, as I am wanting to get that done. We're heading off to the Dallara Museum Saturday after Ferrari Challenge racing. Oh, cool. If you ever come to the Indy 500, I'm taking you to the Dallara Museum, the IMS Hall of Fame, because he goes to the Indy. No, if you ever come to the Indy 500, because one of the people who's watching it lives in Indianapolis. That's pretty cool. I'm taking you to the Dallara Museum, the IMS Hall of Fame, and the NCAA Hall Museum. Yeah, Formula One has a similar sort of thing, and Jackie Stewart actually recommended Cosworth get added to it, and so Mike Costin, who's still alive today, he's 92 years old, turned 92 on Saturday, and Keith Duckworth's son collected the trophy because Keith passed away in 2005. But yeah, I think I'll end the stream now. Thank you everyone for watching. If you don't know already, I went to Cosworth and I got some absolutely amazing stuff happened. Another thing was that I also yesterday visited the site in which March were originally based. So this is a picture of me in the R2, the second Jaguar F1 car used in 2001 in the early 2002 season, driven by Eddie Irvine. And it was a surreal experience. It was absolutely amazing, probably one of the best experiences of my life. And that was just casually in the lobby. I also got to see the original drawing board that was used to design the dual 4 valve engine, which is one of Formula One's greatest ever engines. Won more races than any other engine in Formula One, and the majority of Cosworth's wins were with the DFV engine in terms of engines, and most of them came with. Sorry, a bit loud noise in the background, if you can hear that. But I'll finish what I was saying there. Yeah, most of the wins that Cosworth had came with Lotus, and most of the wins that Lotus had came with Cosworth, and most of the wins that the Cosworth had were with the DFE, which on most of it is Lotus. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. It's been a very fun, very brief stream, just letting everyone know how I'm getting on. I'm doing well. Currently staying in a hotel. I should say a guest house, sorry, and yeah, having a good time. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you're just tuning in, I went to Cosworth, and their HQ. If you follow my socials, you'll know that. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all well when the video comes out next week. So yeah, bye everyone. Done.